This video is the first part of a weekend ride in Central Portugal. We started Friday evening from Espinhal, a small village near Coimbra, and rode until sunset. Yes, this sunset. We found a place to camp for the night nearby. And that is not a bad way to start the day, right? Look at that. The next morning we started riding early, trying to reach Serra da Estrela by the end of the day. It is a circular loop, about 400 kilometers long, mostly off-road and following the Trans-Zero Trail, TET, route for the initial 220 kilometers. There was a few technical parts on this route, but mostly it was fast dirt roads with incredible views over the hills. There is plenty of wind turbines in this region, and their access roads are a joy to ride. Let me show you something. Sometimes people think you need to spend hundreds on, saddlebags and things like that. And yeah, if you can, of course, that's a good option. But if you can't, look at this. We just use some dry bags, a couple of nets to tie everything together, and elastics, and that's about it. And the same, just some tape, some elastics. Just a standard backpack, and it works. You don't need to spend hundreds just to go have fun. That's just what I'm trying to say. You can do it with basic and still have fun. Let's see another one. Look at this one. Couple of dry bags, some elastics and tape, and it's rock solid. Not moving anything from here. Of course, it's not the easiest to pack, and it will take some time to pack, but does the job. So I think sometimes we complicate so much, and we wait and hope to have everything perfect, and yeah, my point is just don't expect to have everything perfect. Just go. If you have it perfect, like this one, obviously that's better, easier to pack, probably more stable, but even these or these or this one with tape, peak Portuguese engineering, all of these will do the job.
We've been living in sin so long, all the feels are gone. Fella stopped me on the street last night, said everything's alright. Roller coaster, make it through the day upright. It seems your meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Yeah, right. Now you're cooking on high heat in the middle of the street. Roller coaster, take me to a better time. Let's go! All sing your high line with the roller coaster of life. Yeah. It's time to all choose your timeline on the roller coaster of life. You seem to easily forget how to place your bet. Whenever
We made quick progress. The tracks were faster than expected, to be honest. So lunch on Saturday was combined with a swim in a river beach in Unhais da Serra to cool down. The water was absolutely freezing cold. It comes straight from the mountain, but it felt good. I think this was the hottest part of the whole ride, to be honest. So it felt good.
gets you down, you gotta steal the crown. Got to own it. Don't bitch and moan about it, please. God forbid you scrape your knees, and it's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I've told you over and over again. You gotta get both hands around it and make your own plans. Roller coaster, it's taking over. It's about time. Got to all choose your timeline with the roller coaster of life. Roller coaster. I want to go down the rabbit hole, down the rabbit hole of
that's the first peak of Serra da Estrela in our ride, the highest point in mainland Portugal, just shy of 2,000 meters high, is that mountain that you see in the background. We are not going to the top, our track will take us around it.
Viste as pedras? Tens uma abelha no braço. Olha aí.
Oh, companheiro, tens de pagar a bilhete ou pensas que vens assim?
Olha, estamos a 30 km de uma bomba.
Ah, coitada, tem enrolada aqui no braço, pá. Pega lá para ti.
Se o gajo esquece a jangada agora.
Until this point we had barely done any riding on asphalt, but in Serra da Estrela Natural Park we would find a mix of pavement and dirt roads. I don't usually like pavement, but to be honest at this point I was tired and the pavement offered some chances to rest as well as fantastic views, so I didn't really mind it. The forests in Serra da Estrela were fantastic. I suppose this is how forests in central and northern Portugal would have looked like hundreds of years ago, before eucalyptus took over with some more native species still thriving here. finished the day with another swim. We found a river beach in Loriga, and yeah, it was a chance to take the dust layer from our bodies. We had dinner nearby in a restaurant with an amazing view, and after that it was sunset, so we just looked for a place to camp and found an abandoned football pitch nearby. So that's where we set up our tents and slept for the night. Tomorrow we will head back in the same direction that we came from, but we will use different tracks and we'll see what lies ahead.